Back here with a look at Caspa. Got some pretty exciting stuff to show you guys here on this chart. Looks like we could have some pretty decent price action coming up here, right? A few videos ago we talked about Caspa possibly sweeping these lows down here. We're around 9.5 cents. Okay, you can see we had wicks down right down to 10 through here. Okay, so I think that bottom is done. That ABC structure we were talking about back here. This was back through. Oh boy, this is on a 12-hour chart, but that was back through November 4th, November 6th. Yeah, we got through that low there, and it looks like we bottomed out right here. All right, we're going to go through this chart. I'm going to show you some stuff that is definitely pointing to the upside here. All right, over here, I want to show you Caspa versus Bitcoin because this here is a pretty important chart. All right, let's blow this up a little bit here and go out on a weekly. All right, you can see this thing has bottomed out. And look at that nice green candle. This is Caspa versus Bitcoin. All right, so Caspa has taken back some of the dominance against Bitcoin. It did bottom out down here when we put this line here a couple weeks ago, I guess, maybe more than that. But it did bottom out here. Now that it's starting to get a retracement. All right, you can see right through here a bottoming structure. Right through here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, which should that definitely signals a bottom. 5 waves down. Now this should be more likely starting 5 waves up. What I would like to see this thing do is rip right out the top here. You know, start a path up. 2, 3, 4, and just blast out the top side of this. That would be nice to see. All right, I don't doubt that for a second. All right, this thing's made massive moves before. Look at the one over here. Look how this thing went straight up against Bitcoin. This was back in November of 2023. You know, that's the only other time it was down at these lows. Right back here, August of 2023. And now it's reached back down here again. December 2024, December. And I was going to see if it was a year, pretty close to a year on the dot. But in that area, September, October, November. All right, once it hit, you know, this area here, it took off. So it's probably going to come back up here, retest this line right here. Make this a little bit bigger. Right here as support. Okay, just like it did over here. Break up, test it as support, and go. All right, we have broken up. Going to look for maybe a little bit push higher, then a test for as support, and then take off. That's what I'd like to see out of this dominance. All right, over here on Bitcoin, this thing is trying to get a breakout at the top here. All right, this is a 4-hour chart. You can see it's up through the 702 right here, trying to make a push out the top. Now, if we make this a little bit bigger, all right, you can see a. Let's get this off here. All right, you can see like a flag pattern starting on this thing. You know, line up through there. You know, then you have a line down through. You know, down through here. All right, if you zoom out on this thing, as such, you know, looks like a flag forming here. So Bitcoin, anytime, you know, this thing could rip out the top. That's what you like to see. Structures going at a downward angle, right? Usually they break to the upside. If they're going at an upward angle, like this one here, let me show you this. This one up through here, you can see, I'm not putting it on any trend lines, just giving you an idea. That's an upward structure, and see what happened, it broke down. All right, usually the downward structures like these flags, they break to the upside. So Bitcoin's looking good. The 12-hour, we have 87 and a 90, a little bit bearish on the bottom here. The daily, let's see where we're at here. Daily looks good. Yeah, looks real good. About in the middle down here. Do we have any bullish divergence here? No, equal bottoms on it. The weekly is bullish, 80 and a 77. You have a little bit of bearish divergence. So down there, you can see that right through here. You have this high, and you have a lower high coming in. So I'd like to see that, take that out there. And on the monthly, Monthly looks good. 87, pretty close, you know. And once again, we've talked about this before, you know, with Bitcoin. Look at these lower highs coming in. Every time you get a lower high coming in on this thing, you know, it's way back here, down through like that, you know. Actually, this one here ended up higher than this one, but then you had a lower one here in 2021, and look at this one here. But you can also, in this one, right in the RSI, you can see the 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna have a 5th wave here, so you can see them coming up right there. Probably might give us a good idea, you know, once this RSI gets up towards this trend line, you know, of a top with Bitcoin. Possibly. We'll see how it works out. But it is on the other side of the moving average here and looking good on the monthly. So still looking for some upward movement here out of Bitcoin. All right, let's head over here to that Caspa chart and take a look at this thing. Yeah, Caspa versus Bitcoin's looking good. That chart looks great. In fact, the RSI's on that I didn't even show you. Look at the monthly, look at the weekly. Got the weekly just starting to the upside on Kaspa versus Bitcoin, and the monthly 14 and an 8 just turned bullish down here on the bottom. The weekly and the monthly, Kaspa versus Bitcoin. That is looking fantastic. And I do want to show you one more chart before we get to that Caspa chart. Please hit that like and subscribe to you guys. I'd appreciate that very much. The total 3 just went over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Never thought I'd see that. Unbelievable. And you can see here, it is making an attempt. It did wick up through and set a new all-time high up here at 1.16. You can see it's trying to make a push up out of here. This looks like a 3rd wave here. You know, maybe something like this. Maybe a 1, 2. This is the 3. You know, 3 back test, 4, and then a 5th wave up here. You know, we'll see how this plays out, but we got a long ways to go. The target for 1618 is up at 1.58, and we're just at 1 trillion now. So we have almost a little over $500 billion until we hit the 1618. Right, so let's take a look at that Caspa chart here. So things are looking good out there. The total 3, the total 2. You can see here that it has not set a new all-time high yet either. This is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And you can, this white line up here is the all-time high. Right, you got up to 1.6. Right now we are at, this has a target of 2.5, right about 1.5. So we have another $1 trillion to go for the market cap. That's without Bitcoin. All right, over on this Caspa chart, Caspa's looking good. All right now for the day, it is up 8.3%. All right, here we go. This is on a monthly right here. And that's what the Caspa chart looks like on a monthly. All right, you can see overall we've retraced back up to the 50% so far this month. The monthly RSI is bullish, turning to the upside, 56.4 and a 56.5, just about ready to turn bullish. All right, the weekly, look at that weekly. This thing looks great. You know, looks like it's bottomed out down here and working its way back up. All right, you had this high here. Over here, you had a lower high, you had or lower low, a lower high and a higher low. All right, so you have a break of structure here. You have a higher low than over here, which usually points to a reversal. All right, on a daily, you can see there we're at a 91 and a 92. All right, so overall you could have possibly a wave 1 started here. Looking for, you know, a pullback. If we get the pullback here for a wave 2, you would expect a retracement right around 50%, you know, which would pull it down. If this is all the higher we go, you know, I would be looking for a retracement, you know, to 50% to the 6 minute right into this area here. and get a bounce out of, if this is all the higher we go, right? In this first wave. We had a target box up here at, what was it? About 16 cents. So far we've gotten up to about 15.4. All right, looks like we're going to blow past this 618 more than likely. All right, but I'd be looking for something. Let's get this Fibonacci off there. If this works out the way I'm thinking, something like this, a pull back down into box 3, and move up out of here. Especially Caspa versus Bitcoin doing the way doing what it's doing. Could see Caspa make a decent run here. All right. First things first. If we get the pullback right here, look for a bounce. If this works out, if this is what's going on, look for a bounce around that 13.1 to 12.5 area, right in this box. Usually 50% retracements, wave 2. And then look for a push up here. All right. We've only made a 50% retracement so far overall. Caspa's looking good, guys. Thank you so much. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll be back to you soon. Have a great day, everybody.